An early Merry Christmas to you all, since it is 4 days till Christmas. And as a Christmas special, we're going to be creating this Christmas Lego website all in Figma. As always, it's going to be super simple. So don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button, and turn on notifications to see more of my videos. Let's get started. Once you've opened your Figma, you have to create a frame, like always, and change the color. So I'm going to change the color to green. So I have my green right here, and there we go. Put in your margin, your guidelines, sorry. The guidelines is very important because you don't want your design to look a bit wonky. Something's here, something's there. Another thing is everywhere. Going to make it 152. And we're going to make the gutter 35. Like always. Perfect. Or 56. I'm not sure. Anyway, we're going to add our navbar. And then we're going to make it as big as where the margin is, of course. This is why we need our navbar, so that we can be able to control the elements inside of it. So we're going to make this bigger. Perfect. Now, to make the navbar in the middle, all you have to do is create a rectangle. You can skip this bit if it's your choice. Create the rectangle, add the background color, make the corner round is 100, add the text inside. I'm sure you already know how to do that because it's that easy. Then add a rectangle underneath the text you're highlighting. Imagine there's the home button there. Make the corner round is 100, and then make the color a light green, a lighter color than your background color. And that's it. That's how simple it is. Now the next thing we need to do is create a circle and put it in the middle of the page. Now you can make it as big as you want. Make it white, obviously. Then go over to effects and change from drop shadow to layer blur. It's still drop shadow. Okay, I'm back again and I finally fixed it. We're going to make the blur maybe 400. Yeah, 400 is completely fine. You can always make it smaller because I can see it's affecting the nav bar a bit. So let's just make that smaller. Or you can reduce the opacity of it. The reason we add blurs in our design is to make it look like there's a light behind. Because the blur is normally used to create something like a light effect. So that we don't have to go into the internet, search a glowing light and find the exact one we want. That's the reason for layer blur. Now underneath you're going to create another circle and make it flat. Make it a flat circle. Maybe a bit flatter. There we go. Now we're going to make it just the outline. So stroke. Make the stroke a bit thicker, maybe 3 or 5. 10. Okay, that's good. That's good. Now we're going to remove the fill because we don't need that anymore. And the stroke, we're going over to gradient for this. Make the lightest one go to the front and the darkest one go to the back. So that we have this effect that it's on a circle panel. I don't know what to say for that. We're going to make this act like it never existed. And then we're going to make this completely white. So as you can see, it looks like it doesn't really exist anymore. The back might show a bit, but that's completely fine. That's what we're looking for. So then you're going to add your image right here at the bottom. So duplicate your image. And I forgot something again. So you have to create your Lego text. So click on T and write Lego. Once you've done with that, make it bigger by clicking on K so that it can be more flexible, and make it bigger. Where did it just go? Okay, it's right here. Make it bigger. Lego. I'm sure most of you have played with Lego. Tell me, what's your favorite Lego set, and what time in your life was Lego your favorite toy? Personally, is when I was 7. That was when Lego was my favorite toy. Next, we're going to make it still white, but the bottom, the opacity is going to be 0 again, so that it looks like it's fading when the image is placed. Now get your image, Control D, and make it bigger, because obviously we don't want some tiny image on our screen, but not too big. So we're going to place it here just like that. Make sure that it's not on the line so that it doesn't look like it was just smacked under. We want it to look like it's on a slider. That's our goal. So next, we're going to group that all so that it can look neat. So Control G, and we're going to name that to the design, the main thing. Obviously, we need to add our arrows. If you remember clearly, the arrows was at the bottom of the design. So click on R, create a rectangle, and make the opacity, the corner rounding 100. Then we're going to make it white, and then we're going to add 2 arrows like every single time. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll be back. Once you've done with that, we're going to add the option list at the side. So first of all, we're going to create a rectangle, and then we're going to double click that rectangle and make it go sideways, like a quadrilateral. I'm sure that's what it is. So then we're just gonna make it a bit smaller than that, because I feel like that's too big. But of course, it is your choice. Then we're going to make it white, and we're going to do that gradient again. So we're going to make it 0. The opacity is going to be 0. And there we go. Now we're going to make the corner roundings maybe 30. Oh, that's too much. 10. That's perfect. And then we're going to add the image at the top of it again. Now, to make sure that it doesn't look like it's in line with everything else, we're going to make it go up a little bit more. Maybe at the tippity top right here. So then we're going to duplicate that rectangle so that we don't have to do it over and over again. And get our second image, which will maybe be the gingerbread house. Yes, it will be the gingerbread house. Now we're going to make this a bit smaller because it's too big. We're going to put it in the center of that rectangle. And then we're going to duplicate the rectangle and put in your next image again. Make it smaller and put it in the center. Now we're going to add the things at the bottom and group these together. We're going to group the rectangle and the image. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to meet you when I'm done. So once you've done with that, we're going to add our subheading for which type of Lego set it is. So obviously this one is a Christmas Lego set. So we're going to just write Christmas tree Lego set. Okay, I'm just going to correct the error right now. Now we're going to make this a bit bolder. Again, if you're wondering which font I'm using the Rubik font. So just going to change it from semi-bold to extra bold. Okay, make that bigger if it's too small. Then we're going to add the price, because the price is essential when you're wanting to buy a product. If you don't put the price when you're trying to buy a product, people will start saying it might be too expensive. And you don't want to buy something that, one, doesn't have any quality, and two, it's very expensive. That's the two worst things you can do. So we're going to add our button. Yes, I did add the button to make things quicker. And now we're going to add our text. It's not just a piece of text that we're going to add. We're going to do the scrolling text. If you've been watching my previous videos, you'll already know how to do this. But if you haven't and you're just new here, all you have to do is get some text. So like this. Then what you want to do next is make it at least 3 paragraphs. So I'm going to do the first one, second one, and third one. Then you're going to right click and click on frame selection. After that, you want to click on clip content. Then you want to make the frame only select the text that you're focusing on. That's how you make it. Now we're going to add the explore button again. And then we're going to go over to our next Lego set. So we're going to duplicate the frame. And we're basically just going to change nearly everything. So we're going to change the color of the nav bar. So we're going to change it to maybe peach. So then once you're done with your second one, obviously you're going to do your third one. So again, I'll be right back when I'm done with the third one. Okay, once you've done creating your 3 frames, the next thing you're going to do is prototype. So click on the arrow, then switch over to prototype, then link it to your next frame. The animation should be smart animate, and the curve should be gentle. The duration should be 1200 milliseconds. 1200 milliseconds. Thank you. And we're going to do that to the rest of the frames. So we're going to do that to frame 2. We're going to do it both ways. And I'll keep on saying this, I love the way Figma always saves your animation to make it things quick and easy. And we're also going to prototype the buttons at the corner right here. Oops. Now this might take a bit longer because you have to stretch it all the way. But if you want the animation to be the same, all you have to do is keep on dragging. I'm nearly done now. Oops, that's not what it's supposed to be. And now we're done. Now we're going to see the flow over here, because as I've told you, when I try to share it full screen, it takes forever to load, literally. So we have to click on the buttons right here, and as you can see, it's interactive. The things pop up and down just like I expected it to. And it looks great once you start see clicking it out and about. So as I said before, making a website look attractive doesn't mean you have to be a professional or anything. Just take some time and some skill. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and tell me what you think you're getting for Christmas down below in the comments. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I'll see you next time. Bye!